Sometimes love is not about how fast it happens. It is about how patiently the hearts wait for the right time to meet again. Arav met Sarah on a train. He was 22, returning home after his final exams. She was 20, sitting by the window, lost in her sketchbook. The seat beside her was empty, and when Arav asked if it was taken, she smiled and shook her head. That was the beginning of something he could never forget. The train moved, the rain started to fall, and for the next 6 hours, they talked like old friends about books, dreams, favorite songs, and the strange way people cross paths in life. She was studying art, he was an engineering student, 2 worlds apart, but their laughter felt the same. When the train stopped, she stood up and said, "It was nice meeting you, Arav." He smiled and said, "Maybe we will meet again, but life is not always that kind." Years passed. Arav got busy with his job in another city, and Sarah went on to become a painter. They never exchanged numbers, just a memory that stayed. But sometimes the heart remembers people, even when the mind tries to move on. Every time Arav saw someone sketching, he thought of her, the girl with the soft smile and kind eyes. Every time Sarah heard a train whistle, she remembered the boy who made her laugh like she had known him forever. One evening, after 4 long years, Arav attended a friend's art exhibition. He was there out of politeness, not interest. But as he walked through the gallery, he froze in front of one painting. It showed a boy and girl sitting on a train, rain falling outside the window. The title read, "The Journey I Never Forgot." He turned, and there she was, standing a few feet away, dressed in white, smiling with surprise in her eyes. "Arav," she said softly. He could barely speak. For a moment, it felt like the years had never passed. It's the same warmth, the same silence that said everything words could not. They talked for hours that night. She told him how she had started painting full-time, how she had searched for meaning in the colors she used. He told her about his long workdays, about how he often felt something was missing. When he asked if she had ever thought of that train ride again, she smiled. "I painted it because that day reminded me that sometimes strangers can understand you better than anyone else." He looked at her and said, "Maybe they are not strangers after all. Maybe they are just people meant to return when the time is right." They began meeting again at cafes, art shows, and sometimes just to walk by the beach. Sarah was more confident now, full of grace and quiet strength. Arav admired how she saw beauty in everything, how she made him feel calm in ways he had forgotten. One evening, as they watched the sunset, he asked gently, "Do you ever think we were supposed to meet again?" She smiled. "Maybe love waits for those who do not stop believing." He looked at her and whispered, "Then maybe it was always waiting for us." But love, like all things real, is tested. Arav's company offered him a position abroad, a dream job he had worked years for. Accepting it would mean leaving Sarah again. He told her about it, unsure of what to expect. She stayed quiet for a while, then said softly, "Arav, I will never stop you from chasing your dreams. But I will not ask you to stay either, because love is not about holding someone back. It is about trusting they will return." Her words broke him and healed him at the same time. He promised he would come back, not with words, but with faith. 2 years later, Sarah's art career had bloomed. Her paintings were being displayed across cities, her name becoming known. But no matter how much she achieved, every time it rained, she looked out the window and whispered his name. Then one evening, during her solo exhibition, she saw a familiar face in the crowd. Arav. He was standing near her painting again, the same one of the train, still smiling the same way he had all those years ago. When their eyes met, time stopped. He walked up to her slowly and said, "You told me love is about trusting someone will return. I am here." Her eyes filled with tears. "You remembered." He took her hand gently. "I remembered everything, the rain, the laughter, and the promise I made." They stood together, surrounded by her art, by everything she had built, and yet, in that moment, the only thing that mattered was them. Arav smiled and said, "Maybe love is not about how long you wait. Maybe it is about knowing that some hearts always find their way back." Sarah looked at him, her voice soft but steady. "Then let us never lose each other again." And with that, the story that began on a train finally found its destination, not in a place, but in the arms of the one who was always meant to be. If this story touched your heart, Do not forget to subscribe to Heart Talk Stories for more emotional love stories about destiny, waiting, and hearts that always find their way home.